crafters, welcome back to another segment of KISS. Keep it simple, Sylvia. This is the month of February, and we're continuing with a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Do you remember way back when last year when we made our flowers out of brown paper bags? And we cut off the bottom, and I said, save this because we're going to use it for something else. Well, today we're going to use it for something else. So if you have those, fine. If not, if you have a brown paper bag, and this can be any brown paper bag, it doesn't have to be the lunch sack size. It can actually be a shopping bag, any size that you want. They're generally folded and they have this little flappy on it. And what we need to do is we need to just cut just a tad bit above that. Okay, just cut that off. And we need two for this project. What we're going to do is we're going to make a basket, a cute little paper bag basket. Sorry for the noise as I open up this bag. And what we need to do is we need to put one inside the other just for strength. That's the only reason that we're doing that. You can make this with a single bag, but it's better if you do two. Plus, with two, we can weave it so it looks like a regular basket. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set one inside the other and just make sure it fits. Okay. And then on the outside, on the very one that's on the outside one, not the inside one, but the outside one, I'm actually going to make some slits, some cuts. And I'm going to go and just random. I mean, I'm not, no, maybe these are an inch, but you can make them as wide as you want, as thin as you want, because this becomes part of the weaving. And so that's what I'm going to do is just do this all the way around this bag here so it can become part of the weaving. And just keep cutting, and you see I'm cutting on the edge here too because you want it to go around. And like I say, you can make them as thin, as big as you want. You can see I'm not making mine even, and that's okay because I like the randomness of this anyways. And don't forget to cut, on the seams here so that you can weave around the edge. And just keep cutting. These are so much fun to make. I used to make these as a kid. Out of the paper bags, because that's what we always brought groceries home in. We didn't have plastic bags back then for groceries. So I kind of miss all the paper bags. Okay, and just keep cutting it. And you can see it gets, starting to fall apart a little bit as we get on this last flap here. I don't know, I think that's where my love of craft paper came in, was working with paper bags as a kid. I love craft paper. I love craft paper cards, anything that's craft paper. Okay, so we got something that looks like this. Okay, and now what we need to do is we need to cut the strips that are going to weave in and out of it. So we're going to use this part that we cut off because it's going to be the exact same size that we need because it came from the exact same bag. And I'm just going to cut a strip. I'm going to open it up. And see, I've got a circle now, and I have to find a place to start. So I'm just going to bring everything together here. This is the hardest part, is trying to get this started with the weaving. I'm sorry for all the noise this makes, but the microphone does tend to pick this kind of stuff up rather easily. And you can see I've got this where it's fitted down. I'm trying to get this down here and have it fitted. So what I need to do is I need to make, you know how you do weave one over, one under, one over, one under? So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to start weaving this. So I have one over, one under. One under, one over, one under, and then I'll weave this one. And we'll just do this all the way around. And then just keep turning it. And see, this one was under, so this one I've got to do over the edge one. Make sure I have the edge one. And then I have an under. And now I need another over. And I have an under. And now I need an over. See how you just keep doing this. Okay, so that's an over, I have an under. And you see how I'm weaving this? I just do it all the way around. And sometimes we're lucky if I cut it right, it'll follow in sequence. And it did. Wow, look at that. Okay, so now I've got my first layer. And now I need to do my second layer. So I can continue with the basket weave. So I'm just going to do another cut like this. Open this up. And I will put this on. But I'm going to put it on where I have to go opposite now. Remember, I'm weaving, so I have to go opposite of how I wove it to begin with. So, like my first weaving, I was under, so now I have to come over with it. See that? See, it's over. And if you want, you can glue these down to hold it in place. You can put a little speck of glue on here if you want. Hot glue, regular glue, however you want to do this, just to hold it in place while you're weaving. Just to show you how easy it is to use hot glue on this, the easiest thing to do is to glue down the ones that are over. And so I'm just going to lay down a little bead of hot glue and slide it in place and just hold it till it sets up. Okay, so I've got those all glued down. Got the second strip cut and now I've got it on, and it's just easiest for me to, when I put it down, just to put it where it's just over everything. And then glue the first one in place. And also, when you're putting these down, you know how the bag is folded? It's like this. It's got these folds. These folds are on the sides, and if you keep them on the sides, it really helps to hold everything in place real good. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to glue these to the sides. And hold that in place. Make sure I get it. Okay, and hold that in place like that. Now I can start weaving. I can bring this one over because I've got those held in place. This one stays under, and this one comes over. Okay, now I'm going to glue the overs in place. Get them glued down, and it doesn't take a whole lot of glue. Just get those overs in place. Okay, and let's go to the other side now. Okay, there's an over and under. Have to do an over, under. I just love the way woven things look. I love baskets, anything that's got a weave to it like this, basket weave. Okay, so let's glue this one down to hold it in place. And then let's glue this one down. And you see how by lining up those folds, it comes right to the edge like it's supposed to. So I'm not going to have my weave get off. Just glue this down. And it also is like a guide. The edge of it is like a guide, so I know where to line up my strip here. Okay, now I'll go back and I'll just glue down all the overs. The reason I glue the overs is just that it's easier. You know, keep it simple, Sylvia. And when you glue them down, just make sure you pull all of your loose flaps tight. Okay, so then this one goes under. I'm going to glue the edges in place here as I work around, just so I know that everything's lining up okay. And I'll glue this edge in place over here. Okay, so that's an over. Now to get find the other one. I mean that. Okay, and just keep weaving this. Okay, let me glue this one in place. These make cute little gift baskets, for like Easter's coming up. They're real cute in the summertime if you want to put like some flowers in them. Flowers from your garden. Give them as a little gift to somebody. Okay, now I got those glued down. I'll glue this one down. Okay, and then we'll come around to the side here. And get it really does help if you glue as you go. Oh, wait a minute, that's the wrong way. This one has to come here. I think I got off. Okay, well, I'll come back. And if you get off, you can, it's just a basket. Who cares? Okay, so let's come back over here and get this one straightened out on this side. Yeah, that's right. Okay, you see how I just keep weaving? So I'm just continuing with the weaving and the gluing here. And what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to speed this portion up. Okay, I'm just going to speed this part of it up just so you can see me completing the weaving process and how I do the gluing and getting everything lined up and getting it ready for the final end cap row. For this last row that we're going to put on, it's real helpful that you glue everything to this inner bag that we've got going here. So that's what I'm going to do. Glue that in place and glue that in place. So make sure you've got your bag sitting in there right before you begin to do all that. I'm going to speed up this clip now as I get this last row done. And it's very important that you glue all of the basket weaving parts to that inner paper bag that we have there. It makes for a nice finish on the inside. Okay, so now you can see we got this little bag all done. Isn't that cute? It just looks like a little basket. How sweet is that? Okay, now there's a couple ways you can finish the top. You can just cut it flush if you want to. But what I like to do is I like to put a folded over edge on it. So that's what I'm going to do. And cut off another strip, but this time I'm going to kind of make it wider. And then I need to fold this in half. Fold in half, the width of the basket bag here. And that's just so I've got a crease in it. So when I go around, I've got some way of folding this down like this. Okay, so you can see that it's all folded. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay this down on the top. I'm going to put a bead of glue around this edge. Line these two edges up. I'll go all the way down with it. And then I'll fold it over. And then I can glue it on the back side here. And I'll just do that all the way around, putting a bead of glue on it, folding it down onto it. And that gives a nice little finished edge. Okay, now I'm going to go back inside and I'm going to glue all these down, the inside edges. Make sure they're all glued down good. Okay, so now we've got this cute little basket, but every basket needs a handle. Now you can make a handle out of the paper bag, or you can put a cute little ribbon on it, a nice big wide ribbon. Or if you wanted to, you could just cut up the paper bag and make a handle, and I'll show you that. All paper bags have a seam where they're, glued together. You can just open it on that seam. Okay, and if you want to make this handle, you can just fold this over to make it as thick as you want the handle to be. And, glue it. I'd glue it along. Just so it stays in place. And then fold it again. I'll fold this into thirds where I meet in the middle here. And the reason I'm doing that is so I have looks like a completed edge on my handle and not a raw exposed edge. And you'll see what I mean. Okay, you see that? And then I'll fold this down like this inside here. And you see I'm not going all the way to the edge, the end of it. I don't want to do that. And I'm just going to glue that onto it. Now, some of the originally glue, when I first folded it over, I need to reglue this down. But it's okay because this is going to be the inside of this handle anyway, so no big deal. Okay, so now I've got a handle. I can fix on the sides, I can staple it, I can glue it. If I want the handle taller, I can make it taller. I can come all the way up to the top. I can just staple the edge here and I can have a nice big tall handle, which I think is what I will do. Glue it, staple it, however you want to do it. I'll glue it in place first. And because we double bagged it, it's actually going to be kind of a sturdy little basket. It's actually going to be pretty sturdy. And then you can decorate it however you want to decorate it. You can leave it plain as a basket. If you're going to do it as an Easter basket, you could put little bunnies on it and eggs and stuff. Even gluing these handles down makes it pretty sturdy. Okay, there you go. We got a cute little basket made out of paper bags. If you wanted to, if you wanted to get real fancy with this, you could ink the edges of each one of your strips before you put it down, and that would give it some dimension. You know, if you had some distress ink or even crayons, you could just color the edges with some crayon or some watercolors or something. And it would give some dimension to each of the strips. Isn't that cute? And then it has a nice finished little look on the inside because we used the double bag. And we got ourselves a cute little basket. Isn't that cute? I just love making these things. I'll probably decorate this up and post pictures at the end of this video about what I did to it. I hope you enjoyed this segment of Kiss. Keep it simple, Sylvia. And I hope that you'll make yourself little baskets like this. These are just so cute. And you know, if you had a real pretty ribbon, you could put the ribbon all the way around it. You could put ribbon or twine. Twine would be real cute wrapped around the handle here. If you got some twine and just, put it around like that. Wouldn't that be cute around here, or some ribbon or something? I think that'd be adorable. You got yourself a cute little basket that you've recycled. If you've used, paper bags that you got from the store or lunch bags. It's really pretty. I love them. I love doing these little things. And you know what? The kids, the grandkids, and your own kids, they love getting these kind of things. Actually, they like making them too. It makes a cute little Easter basket or however you want to use it. A little spring basket filled with spring flowers. Okay, I've got it all decorated. And these are some flowers that I made in one of my Kiss segments on flowers using just regular paper, cutting it out, using printer paper. So I just decided, and then these I just cut out on my Cricut and curled them all up and everything. And it says Happy Sunshine. And then I put some baker's twine on the handle. Got a cute little basket here. Isn't that cute? I love all those little flowers. Isn't that sweet? Oh, there you go. Isn't that sweet? Well, I hope you enjoyed this segment of Kiss. Keep it simple, Sylvia, and I hope that you'll join me again back here next week when we do a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Bye for now, crafters.